Welcome back to the MotoringBox. I'm Sean McKellar and today we are completing the exhaust system on my AU Fairmont here. Now, long-term viewers would know that I actually replaced the exhaust on this with a 2.5 inch redback system. It is a twin muffler system, still pretty mild. This car still has the stock standard cat and also the stock standard exhaust manifold. So those are the two items we are taking care of today. So these are actually a set of redback headers for an EA to AU Falcon. So any single overhead cam Falcon engine, these will actually bolt straight up to. So we've got a set of those, and we also have a dandy cat converter. So this is a 100 cell cat. I can't actually see the camera through it, it's that open. And then the redback headers here are a tri-Y design, which go down into two collectors, which then merge down into a single collector down here at the bottom. So why have I actually gone for this kit? First option was actually a set of pacemakers. I have a model which I think is the 4480, and that is a set of equal length headers. And that is every single sort of outlet on the header itself is exactly the same length. And that has some benefits when it comes to when those exhaust pulses are kind of collecting down at the bottom. They will sort of flow more efficiently. I didn't go for that because they're quite expensive and also don't really like how they look. Pacemaker also do a set of headers very similar to this, where they're sort of non-equal length and they look pretty much identical to this one. But again, they're about the same price as the 4480s. So the reason I went for the redback kit is because they're cheaper. It's about $200 cheaper from memory for this kit. But also, it includes everything. It includes all of the bolts you're going to need. There are gaskets on the end of the header here. And we have a gasket for the head as well. So literally everything you need is included in this kit. But also, I've had redback headers before. On my old 1984 LTD that I had as my first car, I had a set of redback headers. And they were different, of course, because that was a crossflow 6, not a single overhead cam 6. But they performed well. They sounded really great as well, so I'm hoping to get a similar sound out of these. They look very similar. And on a later LTD that I owned, I had a set of pacemakers, and to me, there wasn't really any difference between the two. So I think on a car like this, which we're not really going to be getting tuned, we're just going to be slapping these on and enjoying, hopefully, the performance and economy benefits. I think these set of headers are going to do the job. And from first inspection, they look like they've been built pretty well. They've got a nice sort of heat-proof coating on there, which hopefully doesn't peel off when they heat cycle a few times. And this promises to bolt up to that 2.5 inch redback exhaust system without any modification. So that as well is sort of a load off my mind. So I guess we should just get straight into it. So what we've got here is pretty much the initiation of any true Falcon owner, and that is fitting a set of headers to your 6-cylinder engine. So this heat shield is held on by 3 of the bolts from the exhaust manifold here. So if we just get these out first. Finally. I was hoping to reuse that, but we'll have to see how it goes. I'm just going to pre-loosen these and then we'll come back with the Ryobi, buzz them all out. Okay, that's all dropping, so I might just leave that last bolt in there. And we'll head downstairs and unbolt the cat. Now I've got a jack here, but it's purely to hold the exhaust up, because I reckon we can do this whole job without jacking the car up. So I probably should have jacked the car up for this, but let's set ourselves a bit of a challenge, huh? We do have a rubber exhaust mount here as well. Alrighty, here we go. She's away. looking pretty atrocious. Look at that. Didn't even have to jack up the car. Let's buzz these up with the Ryobi and then we'll come back and torque them up. We'll torque the ones that we can torque. But yeah, it's not realistic to torque them all, unfortunately, with the tools I've got. So yeah, we've torqued that one, and this one. Can't torque that one. So I have to get a 5/8 spanner. So my 3/8 socket set can just get on there. So let's see how tight. Okay, it needs to be pretty tight. I guess I'm just going to spin this until I can't spin it anymore. Yeah, it's about there. Yeah, okay. All I can do is try and approximate how much force, and it's about that much. Alright. So I've done those 4 there. And then we just need to do the outer 2 as well. This, oh, I can't need a spanner for that one. This one is going to be slow going. Alright, we got that one torqued up as tight as we can. So they're done, that's done, that's done. We'll move on to this pair here. Interesting, the welding on the headers actually makes it hard for the socket to get all the way around the head of the bolt. So we may have to use a spanner on some of these too. It's just getting access to a few of these which is tricky. So I think that's as good as it's going to get. Okay, so we got the cat and everything bolted up. So I think we're good to go. The only last thing I can think of is the heat shield. Considering I have all of these bolts torqued up with thread locker, I might just leave it off for now, but let's just have a look. Look, you could fit the shroud back up. You'd have to bend it out a little bit, but I'm thinking with how good these headers look, I might just leave it as it is. So let's start this thing up and we'll just make sure we don't have any leaks. Well, that sounds pretty good to me. I can't see any air leaks, but we do have a bit of the finish there burning off, or as the headers kind of burn in as such. So let's take this car out on the road and see how she performs. Cannot wait. So how much difference has this actually made? Well, to my ears in the car, it has really changed the sound characteristics of the engine. I can really hear the exhaust pulses, the individual pulses coming out of the manifold. That might be because the steel on the headers is thinner than perhaps the cast iron exhaust manifold that I took off and was running previously. So have a listen to how it sounded before on idle compared to how it sounds now. And if we give it a rev, to me anyway, it sounds dramatically different. So again, here it is before. And here it is now. I think it sounds absolutely fantastic, and you can just see why people throw headers on these Falcons. They've been doing it for like the last 30 or 40 years, probably longer, because bang for buck, they are a really good modification, and I'm really happy with how these bolted up. So can you hear the difference? We'll have to see in the video. But for me now in the car, I really love how this thing is sounding. It's not like the volume is that much higher. It's just a different tone, and it's those individual sort of pulses. You can sort of hear every single cylinder firing, and it's not just from the back, it's also from the engine bay as well, which to me is the best part. Previously, you would not really hear anything happening up front. It would be mainly coming from the back. But now when I put my foot down, again, you're probably not going to hear it on the video, but you can sort of hear those exhaust pulses. And again, it probably is because the steel on the headers is thinner than the exhaust manifold, the cast steel exhaust manifold. So I think this is absolutely fantastic. So again, if you're keen on buying a set of these headers, you can buy them as a set, the headers and the cat together. I'll leave a link in the video description below. And also you can buy the headers, the cat and the whole system. There's different kits for different models. So have a look in the video description below if you're keen. But yes, this is good. I really love how this car sounds now, but also there is a measurable difference in performance. I did a sort of non-official test from 0 to 80, and it definitely was quicker. The video footage seemed to indicate that it was hitting 80 right when the car would previously hit 70. So what we're going to do is I'm going to film a 0 to 100 run and compare it to this car's previous 0 to 100 run, which was back with the stock exhaust manifold before we did any of this. So I'm not going to see the results of that until I'm editing this video, but I reckon it would have been quicker. And yeah, to me there is no negatives of this modification. It's a win every single step of the way. So I really hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to support the channel, do sign up to Patreon or a channel membership. Otherwise, please do hit subscribe and like the video. You will not believe how much that helps me out. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.